All right. Okay, everybody, just in case you already see this, we're struggling just a little bit to be absolutely certain this works, but I believe so.
Okay, and we're live now on Facebook as well.
Great. So everybody who wants to tune in can and will actually see what we're doing. So that is the whole idea. Because introductions, perhaps again, if this is the first time, or we just do it every time, just to make sure everybody's in the loop. Richard, Mark, owners of MadamSew. This is our Christmas present for Mom. It's not quite finished, and Christmas is approaching. And it is with some trepidation that today we hope to get to the actual binding of the quilt. So stick around and tell us every time we do something you totally don't agree with or totally agree with. We'd like to get thumbs up as well, because confidence, well, my confidence level is rather low to start now, but you could perhaps change that. But first, perhaps some explanation on how we got to where we are now. So Richard, do you want to explain to everyone how we now got where we are now with what we're going to do with the strips?
Okay. We posted another video, I think it was the day before yesterday, it was Tuesday, where we asked some questions, because this is kind of getting complicated, we thought, but
yeah, to say the least.
Now that we're there, it seems like all starting to make sense after all the good tips we got. So we decided to put the backing on the bottom, then the batting in between, and then the top, the quilt top on top, obviously. And then we have started basting everything together. We've also trimmed this a little bit, but we still got plenty if something moves while we are quilting this. And for the binding, that was actually like the biggest question, and we got a lot of tips, really helpful tips.
That was so helpful, because we really got our knickers in a twist on that one.
So we are now clear that this is the way to go. We need to make one long strip of fabric. We already cut the strips, and we're gonna put some.
Had just enough. This only just about worked with what we had at the edges. So, but we have enough, we think.
So, and we're going to sew them together like this, and then fold like that. We'll cut off for seam allowance, and then attach them like that, and make one long strip that we will bind completely at the end after quilting the quilt and after trimming the edges of the quilt.
That is, in most of the comments, that is eventually what the conclusion appeared to be.
Yep.
Many people said, make the sandwich first, quilt the sandwich, and only then trim the edges, and only then finally do the binding. So we are here to listen to the experts, which is you.
In the meantime, we got Tess from Australia tuning in again at night time there. Good night there, or is it early morning even? Like it's probably past midnight. And we've got it's somebody from Adams, Tennessee. Deborah, Christine, glad you made it this time. I saw from your comment that you missed the last live. From the comments, I kind of figured that you watched it a little bit later, but anyway, glad you're back here live with us.
It's nice to see many people are tuning in again. And on YouTube, we've got a Jackie. So, and that is actually a man that is tuning in. So we got not that I think men are not able to make quilts. Still, it's nice to see that even men are tuning in now to help us.
Okay, and now we gotta get going because we got a lot to do. And the first thing we want to decide on is, well, for the quilting we have a top thread and a bottom thread. For the top thread we're going to use white thread, but for the bottom thread, and this is the fabric at the bottom, we kind of thought there's 3 colors in here. There's black, there's this gold, and there's this red. And we want to decide which color. So we already posted that. We already got some input from the Facebook post we sent out yesterday. But we're going to do a live poll now. And if everything is working as I hope it will, you will see, when you're watching on Facebook at least, a poll, and please click on your preference. Like, what would you do? So is it the red thread, the gold thread, or the black thread at the bottom? All right. We had this one comment yesterday that somebody said, like, well, red would be nice, but what if at some stages it comes through? We're going to stitch in the ditch, by the way. Just all the ditches, that's where we are going to quilt. So probably that's important for you to know what color to use. And that person said, well, if that red from the bottom pops through a little bit here, then you see right, like a red dot there. So it's one person saying that.
And any warning is great. So I took the spool hookers off just to show some more of the color. But yeah, that's great. It was handy a second ago. And if you're watching on YouTube, just type in the color. Just type in red, black, or gold, and then we'll decide just in a minute or so.
Yep. So yeah, and then we're going to put the bobbin in the machine. We got the bobbins made ready here. They are on top of it. And while we're waiting for people to finish the voting, let me just briefly say we're in our 12 days of Christmas. This is day 4 and our deal for today. So it's 12 days and each day we have a deal and we have a giveaway. The giveaway today is for a 32-piece presser foot set.
So everybody who entered to get reminders and to get an email of the daily deal is in the draw. So if you're in, you could win this.
Yeah, that's true. And then the deal today is that when you buy a set, our new set, it's only in our shop for 2 weeks, I think. Yeah. This set of 40 spools, it's 40 spools of embroidery thread. You get 2 of these boxes with 25 in each, so 50 bobbins in total in boxes. But okay, we're here to quilt. It was just a short notice. You can go to the website, click on the banner on top, and you will find all explanation there.
Right. And by the way, we got the men on YouTube. There's a Richard on YouTube as well now. And
Richard?
Yes. So,
so how great is that? Hi, Richard.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Mark would have been a nicer name. But anyways, we'll have Richard, and he says, I like the red.
Okay.
And Jackie says, I prefer the red one.
And on Facebook, we've got 75% for gold. And yesterday, on the voting, it was also the most votes for gold, 48%. 40% was for red, and 12% was for black. So we go for gold.
We need to go for gold. Yeah. And let's swap seats. You can, and I'll just zoom in while you do that, shall I? So that everybody sees how well
I can do that. Okay.
So let's see how well this is going to go. Because this is something, the threading of the machine and then also the placing of the bobbin at the bottom has been the thing that has caused last time some issues. So Richard has been tried right before we went live, and I must say, if that now actually works, that was very impressive.
Well, I think I need to catch the threads, the bottom thread still.
And I'm going to give you something to test the machine on, perhaps, because we have a bit of extra sandwich.
All those tiny things you use. Oh, sorry. I got the bottom thread. That's good. I got the top thread. As you see, we attached the walking foot because for the quilting we think that will be the easiest. We had some kind of a discussion just before live if we would go for the walking foot or for the stitch in the ditch. Well, and we didn't quite finish the test. We tested the walking foot, that was fine, and then it was kind of time to tune in. So here you are with the walking foot, and let me put this lengthwise better, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because obviously a stitch in the ditch seems to make it easier to follow the ditch, but Richard already demonstrated that he is pretty apt at following the previous lines, and that seems to work again. So, what do you think? Unless there's a big reason not to take the walking foot because it is installed now, should we?
Okay, looks good. Looks good.
Are you right on the line?
Well, I was just trying for the thread.
And gold at the other side?
And gold at the other side. Here it is.
So
all looking good.
Let's get going. And after the first line, we could always say, but we're going to check after we do the first little piece, shall we? So, now, should we start at the edge here, or should we start in the middle of the quilt? Do you know?
I would say in the middle.
In the middle. So
I think the easiest is to just go from here and stitch this line, and then go for. But I don't know.
But we don't. Well, we've never done this. So, well.
Oh my God! There's somebody, and I don't know her or his name because the name showing here is Beauty. That makes sense. Y'all are brave to do this live, as I would have hated anyone to watch me the first time, well, and the second quilt as well. So here we go. We got a kind of the double number of live viewers. So I guess everybody is kind of anticipating some nice things to happen here.
Yeah. So decision. Do we start from the middle? And
yeah, Deborah says in the middle.
And from the middle, does that then mean on the side, on the top end, or do I actually go from the middle of the quilt and then through to the end?
I would say just here.
Just here.
Tess asks, is it pinned or thread tagged? It's pinned.
Yeah, I'll hold it up a little. We pasted it like that, and many people commented like try not to make a pattern, so we're trying to be as wild as we could with the basting pins. Yeah. What are they saying? Do we need to do it differently?
It was just Beauty that makes sense. That she doesn't know why it shows like that, but it's Susan. So let's.
But I'm sure she's beautiful. So I will go with Beauty. Now, do I? Because there's a lot of fabric now that needs to go in. Do I just roll it up and put it in the middle?
I guess so. Yeah, roll the quilt.
Roll the quilt.
We got an answer to that question before you asked it, Mark. So the people watching are getting better and better in reading our minds and
basically knowing
what we need.
Yeah. By the way, since we are zoomed in on the machine, if you don't sit like here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just move my camera. Oh. I'm not gonna move my camera. My computer. Sorry.
I can't believe we're actually doing this.
You are, and you're gonna be fine. Maybe should I go and kind of hold that?
Yeah.
Would it be easier if that would be a little bit higher here?
If there was something underneath. It's all here though, but where's the? Okay, I still got the thread. But this is just. I must say, I'm getting slightly nervous. But it's all here. And the gold bit, does that disappear under the quilt? Obviously.
Yeah.
Just, so I ignore that basically.
Well, is it long enough? We don't want to lose it.
Yes, it is. It's like on the table. So in the ditch, and try to go as straight as we can. There we go.
Oh. The foot is not down.
That is probably. Oh, let's put that up again.
It's here. It's here. It's here, Mark. Easy go. Easy go. Here. Here it is.
Ah, all right. Good.
You can do this.
Because there's something already. Yeah. I wish we had a camera like built in the machine. That would be helpful to show you, but right. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. I can see gold coming through.
That's the bottom thread is coming through. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it's the stitch length.
Okay,
Maybe
I can't.
just.
This is gonna. You should see this. You should, and I wish I could show you, but it's gone. I can't go straight. That's definitely. This is going to look terrible if I continue like this. It's just dreadful. I started about 1/8 of an inch to the left of the line and ended up at about 1/8 of an inch to the right of the line. And it's all gold. I see only gold.
You see only gold even. Okay.
Yeah. That is not the idea, is it? Perhaps you should have a look. Anyways, if I continue like this, it's just going to look really bad.
Yeah, it's just the beginning though, so let's put it. The needle is in the right position now, though, but the quilt was not moving. You know what?
What?
You know, we need to start here and move it that way. So you were pulling and you should be pushing.
Oh, of course, we were going like that with it. Oh no!
Roll the quilt.
It goes the other way, of course. Okay, I've taken the chair, so don't sit down.
Yeah,
because obviously
you're sewing backwards. So yeah. So the needle up.
The needle up.
Needle.
Yeah, but also the foot up, of course, because we need to escape this. Yeah. All right.
Cut it off.
And go from the other side. Yeah, and it's still threaded as well. So
So, we need
right.
to roll up.
So I put this on my lap basically.
Yeah. To start with.
Right. I should really wear my heart rate monitor or something now. This is just. I wish I could just like run a marathon or something instead of doing this. But I'm going to be so proud when I actually get to the finish line.
So,
Okay.
moving it nice and easy, Mark. I'm just zoomed in completely on your hand, so there's no stress.
There's no stress showing at my face. Okay.
No, nobody sees your face.
Everybody sees my face. Okay.
Is it down?
It is not down, but it was working. Yeah. Oh, this is going so much better. Do I need to pull the fabric? Or do I just need to let this happen?
I think you just need to guide it in the right direction.
All right, basting pin inside. But what we still have is that
The gold thread comes through.
we have gold
Okay,
thread
so-
on the top, everywhere, all the time. So is there nothing we can do to stop that? Because I'm now in the white, and obviously it's showing. Because this is what we do now is what we're going to do for the rest of the quilt. So
Yeah.
the pins.
So keep it in the ditch.
But are we definitely gonna keep doing it this way then? Because why is there a thread at the back if you see it at the front all the time? See?
Yeah, it comes through. So I think it's good that it's not red.
Yeah, so gold, but still, well, is there anything we can do to stop this? You got this. Thank you, Susan. Don't let the quilt hang. It will pull. Okay.
Yeah, on your
Then,
lap.
Okay.
The walking foot will do the pulling, just guide it.
Okay.
Guide only. Fixed tension. Tension. That's it. The tension is really high indeed. Fixed tension. That's a bit like 4. It's now tension 4.
It was at 8 or something. So
and I've not been watching the comments closely enough because Tess first says fixed tension and then a bit later, please fix tension, guys. Use hands to pull fabric slightly, don't pull.
okay.
Fix tension again. And Christine says it's going to be unique. How's that
So
going?
here it sticks. So, and now I'm going to try to stay on the left of the. Oh, it's the tension has not made a difference for the collar. No, it is. We're going to have gold lines on the entire. So we were at 4.
We're going to 3 now.
To 3.
Tension is set to 3. Is that good? Tension on the bobbin.
Tension on the bobbin.
How can we change the tension on the bobbin? So that's the top thread, obviously. So we keep that at 4.
And
How can we change the
so I've
tension?
got. I'm not going to turn the sewing machine around. Is there an answer? No.
Yeah.
But
This is why you don't do this live.
No, this is why you practice, but we've obviously never done this. Is there a tension switch or button normally?
No, there's
There's nothing
no
there.
way to.
There's nothing there.
Just something there.
Okay, pull that
So
back.
let's go for the unique quilts.
The
Mike.
unique with the golden touch.
Yeah, what a golden touch.
Yeah,
Indeed.
unless somebody will tell us. Well,
Is it-
Richard also said.
It's upright, Tess. The bobbin is upright.
What's that? Lower your tension. It's the same thing.
Lower your tension. I will grab the manual.
And well, there's one line that is going to be gold. Shall I just continue that one
Yeah.
line? So the center line is intentionally gold because we
Yes.
thought it would look really nice. Because it would just be that unique touch.
Yes, but stop when there's no ditch anymore, right? We're only gonna stitch in the ditches.
Yeah, but in the middle, it's going to go all the way. Because this is the middle line.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard is sometimes a little bit slow, but he'll learn. He'll learn. I'm starting to like this walking foot. It would have been nice had it had a basting pin, but stopped right in time. Can't barely get that out anymore now. Right. Because last time we had people saying, yeah, just go over any pins, and the others say, oh, never go over pins. I'm sure nobody wants to sew over basting pins. So, there we go. Right, continue. Right, Richard, what did you find in the manual?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's very helpful.
See 3 comments up. Yeah, it's the bobbin is upright, Tess.
Oh, it's white now. It's mostly white.
Okay.
So maybe the tension took a while to. Oh my God, this is just. You can't say this. This is really. This is nice straight work.
This is unique, Mark. This is truly unique.
I must say, this is This is nerve-wracking.
You're doing good.
Oh shit. Sorry.
That's live.
Yeah, you see,
That's live as well.
you see how much pressure I'm under if I'm nearly use words you just don't want any kids to use. Right, there we go. So I'm in the middle of the quilt.
Alright.
I've just thought I'd mention that.
Your pace is great, Mark. We got like 5 minutes to finish the whole quilt, so and I see you're really getting
So
it
basically,
going.
So basically, we're going to have to continue this whilst nobody's watching. But so in the next 5 minutes or afterwards, you can still tell us what we should do differently, or keep giving us tips, because we will keep reading the comments even after the episode is finished. Where is the extra noise coming from? All of a sudden? Now, is anybody thinking I should use the stitching? What?
Just
What?
continue.
What?
Continue.
Remember, you're not.
My tension is increasing just watching.
Well,
But we need to decrease the tension.
yeah, definitely lower the tension with everyone.
What about a close-up of the back stitching?
Yeah, go ahead. You just continue.
It's you. Wow. Wow.
That's just so. Oh, that's perfect.
So, I think the back of the quilt is going to be the nicest bit. Eventually, I think we might tell Mom that this is the backing. And look at this color and the flowers. It's just phenomenal. Right, I'm going at full speed now. Sometimes I do so straight. But then again, at other moments, it's definitely not very straight. I'm sure by the time this quilt is finished, I may start to get the hang of it, as is often the case with a first-time project.
Oh, now you're nice in the ditch now.
Like this.
Okay.
Right.
So let's try to do a second one, and maybe we go 5 minutes longer this time, but we just
Yeah.
go
So-
for this one.
Do we go
This
for that line?
big line, yeah.
Big line again, or do we take the other?
The other
midsection?
direction, yeah.
Would that be a good
Like
idea?
that idea.
Yeah. So that it is definitely.
On your lap, so yeah, this is.
And actually, it worked rather well when the other side was also easy to.
Okay.
Right. Comments?
Yeah,
Yeah, you did it, says Deborah. I did. Well, I got to the other end, but look at the. Shall I go a bit closer and show this? Or maybe I'll just sew this first and then show.
Yeah.
At the end, I'll show you my. I was going to say skill, but maybe we need to invent another word for this, what I'm doing.
Okay, and I already got tips for the next lines, but this is a good one.
Okay, what is the next tip?
No one looks that close at a quilt when they receive it. So
Good point.
nobody is going to see that it's unique. That's kind of sad.
We should probably steal our mom's glasses.
So stitches will only show up as you tell your stories of trial and error.
Well, it's a quilt with a story, and we like presents with a story. So
Who doesn't?
okay, slightly veered, of course. Stitching back to the ditch. You would probably never have this, but I'm following a straight line of blocks that are connected, and they don't line up. So I'm just gonna have to, I'm just gonna sidestep and continue. There we go. Right, so I'm back in the next ditch. So if anybody,
Now we see it. Now we see it on camera as well. That's-
so everyone, if somebody wishes to share the story of their first quilt,
Go ahead.
go ahead, and it may give us that extra boost that we're not alone, perhaps not being perfect the first time around. So I'm back in the middle. This is the center of the quilt again. So it's still with a lot of gold, but yeah, okay, right. So there's nothing we can do. Oh my god, imagine if this were a king-size quilt.
No judgment here. We're all in this together.
Yeah. Thank you. Who was that?
That was Susan.
Thank you, Susan. It's much appreciated. Right, I'm feeling confident now.
Not too confident, Mark. Not too confident.
Right, we'll definitely let you try some of this as well later on.
I wouldn't know why that would be necessary, Mark.
You think I'm doing a good job? Yeah. Right, okay, you keep telling me what everybody is
Yeah.
hitting
Yeah.
us at then. Oh my god. Thank god we're at
Oh,
the edge.
we got more work to do. Your mom is going to love it so much, you better have a hanky for her.
So we will have to quilt a hanky as well.
Alright, somebody send us a plan, and if you could perhaps come over here and help us. I think we'll be so happy when this is finished. But,
Okay, I want to do one line.
you just want to do one line. Okay, and then
We'll
have to.
call it quilts for this. So I'll go for one line to the right.
Oh, and I like what Richard says. You do not have to be perfectly in the ditch. You can never be perfect. Try for 95%. And that's from one Richard to another.
So we drop this.
Breathe, breathe.
Okay.
Susan says, okay, so I cried on both my quilts and covered up my boo-boos with buttons and older material. And guess what? I entered my second quilt in a county fair and won second place.
Oh my god. If I get stuck at the beginning.
All right, we could, if you can't get to 95%.
90% will be fine as well.
90% will do. Lisa says, my first quilt was made for my daughter as a young teen. She liked it, but didn't love it. She grew up and left home and didn't want it. I saved it, and now when she visits with her daughter, she commented what a beautiful quilt it is and how nice it has held up all these years. Now she truly appreciates it. So, this could be our legacy quilt that even our kids and grandkids will still talk about.
So can you maybe Google the quilt contest we are going to enter this quilt in? Is it still moving?
It is, and why should we have stopped?
How do I need to stop?
Because there was no. Oh yeah, it was still attached. Okay. It is so on. Sometimes stop the second, Richard. What I noticed was that it sticks here, and now it's becoming very thick.
Ah, okay.
Because it's not being
It's
pulled through.
feeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you can see this here, but the line is now it's an uninterrupted gold line now. I can't believe we thought the top bit was going to be white when it's now all gold. But
At least I'm really glad that it's not red. Nor black.
red will work. But yeah, the gold is great. The gold is great. And then another Susan says, my first quilt was for my dog. She's a harsh critic. Threw up on the first week.
True.
That was
That's
an
not
August.
going to happen with our quilt, I guess.
And you guys have the right attitude. We're doing the best we know how, and the rest is up to fate. And that's absolutely true. I can't stop watching this. And good morning to you as well, Teresa. Let's see if on the YouTube, the main section has got more ideas. Becky says she's sure our mom will love it. No. He's nearly at the edge. We're nearly through. And we're now
Totally without hands.
only in the valley.
We're good.
Don't do things like this.
Okay, so we finished 3 lines, did we?
Yes, we finished 3 lines. So, well, okay, I shouldn't laugh, but because I've done things like this as well. But should I go closer to the camera and show some of this? Anyways, so on the back,
Yeah, show the back. We didn't show you the front.
So on the back, you see we've got. Oh, where is that other line? So we've got now
3 lines.
3 lines. So the one that is over the longest area, and then 2 others. So what do you think? On this side, it doesn't show as badly that because you see how we're not going to point out our mistakes, shall we?
No.
We're going to show up that if you look from far away,
It's straight lines.
it's straight lines.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we stepped like 20 foot away, it would just be it would just be awesome.
Okay, so there was one comment I saw like 5 or 10 minutes ago that somebody said do not like follow all the lines. So that's maybe a question I have as well. Like, do we just do all the big lines and would that be enough? But then we have, what is this? This is like 9 inches. Is that not too far apart? So I guess I would go for all the lines. That was my idea, but if you have another idea, something better that we can do, please let us know. Oh, sorry. Mark is behind the camera. So yeah.
So now everybody can see the quilt and you.
Oh, that's great. How great is that? So yeah, okay. That's it for this time. We did 10 minutes longer. We're gonna watch your comments on what lines you would stitch and we will do those by next time. And we will also trim the quilt by next time, and then we will start the binding, and that will be on Monday.
Yes.
So on Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we will be here again, and we will start binding the quilt with one long strip that we are going to do around it, and we're going to do all fancy stuff like mitered corners and so it's going to be great. And then at the end, the plan is also to hand stitch. Like we're going to sew, like with the machine, we're going to attach it to the front, and then we're going to go to the back, and there we are going to hand stitch it. Isn't it, Mark? You were going to do that, right?
So please, somebody give us an idea of when we're going to do the back. How to do this with the machine.
No, we're going to hand stitch it.
Okay, well, we'll fight over this one.
No. I will see you on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
Keep telling us what we need to do. Thank you. Bye.